Alright guys, yes, I wanted to show the tint that I put on the headlights. This is a metro styling tint. It's smoked. I didn't want to get something too dark, but it's actually pretty dark. And I never applied tint before, especially when you think about how curvy these ZX6R's headlights are. I was kinda stressed out a little bit, how it's gonna work out, and it was actually, as hard as I thought. And Metro Styling tint comes with its own glue on it, so I don't know if the other tints are like that. Again, as I said, I didn't do tint before, but when you peel the back off, it's pretty sticky. Now, when I watched the YouTube videos on the tint for headlights, it was pretty much all of them said that clean the headlights and then apply some water on it with maybe some soapy water, and then put the tint on there, and then apply again water on the tint to make sure that you don't scratch it, and then with a squeegee just apply it to the curves, and then if you need some help, just use a hair dryer to soften it up a little bit. None of those worked with this tint, to be honest. When I put the water on there, I realized that the tint is just falling off. It's not just holding anywhere close to even just it's not even holding on there. I mean, just set aside pulling it to stretch it and things like that. So I just decided to apply it dry. So I just dried it up, and then where I am, it's actually pretty hot, so uh, I didn't need to use the hair dryer when it was dry. Now, here is the situation. You gotta be really patient with this thing. My first two tries didn't work out, and I almost ran out of tint. It was like 24 to 12 inch piece, and I applied the first time. I tried to use the squeegee, but then I realized that my fingers are working better in terms of stretching it and applying it to take the air bubbles out. And then at the corners, at the sides, I realized that I'm tearing it off with my nails. So I had to find a solution to that, and this was my solution, which worked pretty well. I used this card. Uh, with a very thin sandpaper, I just uh, made the sharp corners a little softer so that it doesn't tear it. What I did I applied it all the way towards the sides with my fingers, and I stretched it with my fingers, stretch it, apply it, stretch it, apply it, and then when I come at the sides, I just use the softened side to kind of do the sides. It's really a lot of patience, believe me, because the problem is that when you're cutting it, even if you did a great job in the middle, if you're cutting it on the side, if you screw it up there, it looks really bad. I had to throw away two pieces like that. So thank God, on the third attempt on this one, it was successful. I was very patient. I worked on it, and then just pushed aside with this card over here, and then with a sharp knife, very carefully, I cut the sides to the shape, and then just applied the corners again in there, and it worked out like that. Uh, and the other one. So you got to be very patient. But the thing is, I mean, because of the stretching and because of the glue that's on itself, when I turn on the headlight, actually you see some residue in there. It's not like as bright as before. When I say bright, you see some shadows in there because of the stretching and pulling it back and applying it again because of the bubbles and things like that. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks damn good. The reason that I put it wasn't the looks actually. I just want to have a couple of seconds before the laser detects me. So uh, I didn't know if the tint would work, at the headlights, but they're aiming at your headlights, and there's a product called Whale, which is pretty much, dimming the reflections from the headlights. So I thought it might work. It was worth a try. That product is pretty expensive. This tint was like, $7. So Uh, so we'll see what happens. And again, it looks pretty good, but it's it's hard, sweaty 1 to 1.5 hour work when you first do it. So thanks for listening and watching.